Hey everybody, welcome to Fall 2024. This is ENC1101 with me, your instructor, Jackie Pierce. I am going to be recording what I like to call a weekly walkthrough video each week, mostly for my fully online class, which is CRN 17100. But I will also share these videos eventually after class with my mixed mode class that meets on Mondays. So these videos will help you kind of navigate the course, get you situated as far as what's due that particular week and that sort of thing. They're very helpful in an online course, obviously, because we don't have a seated component. But even for my seated students, it's nice to have a reminder from time to time about what we talked about on Monday. And of course, if something happens and you have to miss Monday's class, then you're where you need to be. So let's take a look at week number 1. When I open the course, you will notice that I am in what's called the student view, which means that it should look exactly like you're seeing it when you are logged into our Canvas. Couple of things just as far as navigation goes. On the home page, you'll notice that at the top, any recent announcements are showing right there at the top of the page. You can also read my announcements by clicking on the announcements link on the left. But the most recent, there will be 3. Once we actually have 3, there'll be 3 announcements up at the top. And of course, that's a good reminder to pay attention to those. Those also, I believe you get an announcement in your student email, which is extra cool. On the left, you will see 2 navigation lists from Canvas. The farthest left has an important link in it that we call the inbox. And the inbox in Canvas is your way of contacting your instructors, but better than an email. Now, it still comes to our email. When I answer it in my email, it still goes to your email. But when we connect inside Canvas, it's considered what we call secure communication. So if you have a question, a private question about a grade, something like that, or you are missing class and you want to let me personally know why and not broadcast it to the entire class, you can inbox me. That's the best way to get in touch with me. And it's usually, quite frankly, the quickest because I am around a computer all day, answer emails pretty much nonstop. So it's a good way to do it. There is another way for you to post questions about the course, and we have a Q&A discussion board. And I do encourage you to use the Q&A discussion board, especially if you have any questions that could also be relevant to some of your fellow students. In order to reach the Q&A discussion board, you can click on the discussions link. And you'll notice we only have 2 discussions in the whole class, the getting to know you one, which 20 of you have already posted to, and then the Q&A discussion. This is a great place to ask questions and have me answer them without having to answer 25 individual emails. So if you want to post something, you just click reply. You can type your question in here and click the reply button to post it, and I will come through and answer those as well. So feel free to use that. It's linked there in the announcements. And I believe, yes, I also have it linked on the homepage right here under my contact information. So just as a reminder to let you know what's happening. The rest of the homepage, you've got our learning outcomes and what the course is all about, and you've got a link to the modules. Again, over here on the left, there's also a link to the modules. Module in online classes is literally where the class exists. So when we go in there in just a second, you will see that there are eventually, they're not all published yet, but there's going to be 16 weeks, 1 module for each week of the course. And all of the assignments are in there, what you need to read, what you need to view as far as videos, things like that, and also the assignments that will be graded. In the bottom part here of the homepage, you will see the whole schedule for the semester. This is going to tell you everything you need to know. Most of the things are links. So if you want to click on some of these to get directly to the reading assignments, that's fine. But those are all in the Canvas space in the modules as well. You will notice that on the assessments due, all graded assignments are due by Sunday evening unless otherwise specified. So our course information, our weeks begin on Monday and end on Sunday. So you always have work to do by Sunday night. So you want to get started with doing the readings and watching any videos early in the week, and then save the second part of the week to do your assignments that are going to get grades. This week, you have two things to do. You're going to post to the Getting to Know You discussion board. Many of you already have, obviously. And you're going to take a quiz that is what I call the Startup Scavenger Hunt. Notice that whenever we have items that are in a quiz format, you're taking it at your convenience. So you can take your time with it. You do want to try to finish it in one sitting, but you can look up question answers, whatever. This is not meant, our quizzes are not meant to trick you into getting a poor grade. They are meant to give you an opportunity to showcase what you have learned. In order to do that learning, you need to use the modules first so that you can do the reading materials, any videos, et cetera, et cetera. So let's click on the modules. Oh, I'll also point out, of course, that Simple Syllabus is a short form of a syllabus that just gives you all the basic information of the course. You should go through that here, obviously, in the first week. All right, what else are we doing in week one? Let's go to the module. The way that you proceed through Canvas is you'll notice that each module has readings and resources and required attendance activity. Well, eventually they're not required attendance activities. They're called graded assignments, but you'll have two sections in each module. One will give you the things that you need to learn from. So things to read, things to watch, and then you will do the assignments. So if you take these things in order, you are in good shape. Okay. So when you come into Canvas page, you click on the link, and this is, of course, a lot of the same information that's on the home page. When you are ready to proceed to the next page, as we call them, you click on the next button, or you can go back to the modules and take them one at a time, however you want to do it. You do want to read through all of these carefully. You want to make sure that you have an understanding of the course before you tackle that startup scavenger hunt. You want to go through all of them. We have course communication information. This kind of goes over what I just talked about with the Canvas inbox. You can email me, but Canvas inbox also comes to my email, so it's just as easy. You do have access to my cell phone number. If you text me, make sure you include your name and what class you're in. And of course, it helps if you can tell me like which section you're in, at the online section. You don't necessarily need the CRN number, but if you tell me you're in my online section of ENC1101, that will tell me what I need to know. And of course, we have expectations of student and instructor. I will let you read those on your own. Course textbook, we do not have a textbook that you have to purchase. We are using all open source material from our library. And so there will be links within the course to take you directly to what you need to read. You do need to have some basic computer skills for navigating a fully online course. And there is some good, helpful things that you can do. Canvas 101 is a free self-paced course. If you have not had a lot of experience with online learning before, I do highly recommend that you take time to do that. It's very helpful. Next is student support services. Valencia College, like most colleges and universities, has a lot of support for the students. We have tutors. We have, of course, the libraries. We have an office for students with disabilities who need extra support. We have student assistance services through behavioral health. If you have a need, Valencia has got you covered. So if you ever need anything that you don't know where to go for, you can always check with me and I will help you get to the right spot. Then we have help with Canvas. This, of course, goes to that same link to Canvas 101, but there's some additional information about how to use Canvas here. And then the last thing is if you just click again, the next again, it's going to take you to that first graded assignment. So I want to go back to the modules page though to show you again where those are located. They are always under some kind of heading here. As I mentioned, you've got 2 things to do this week, the Getting to Know You discussion board and the Startup Scavenger Hunt. And then next week, you'll notice that typically we won't have a big long list. All your learning materials will be on one page. When I put everything in one, I think it makes it easier. When you're finished with the module, if you want to make it smaller so you don't have to stare at all those links, you can click on that little drop down arrow. You can always click it again to make it big again. So especially with this first one, it does take up real estate on the page. So if you want to make that small once you're finished with unit 1, you know, it's all good. When you click on Getting to Know You, it will take you to the discussion board. And of course, you're going to click on reply. You're going to type your introduction here. If you prefer, you can use video to record your introduction. There's 2 ways to do that. Over here, where it looks like a little play button with the music, you can upload or record media directly in Canvas. We also have a system called Kaltura, and this is the little symbol that I mentioned up in the instructions. You can embed a Kaltura media. It will let you record all that fun stuff. You don't have to. I do really like for everybody to include at least a photo of yourself somewhere in your discussion post. And that can be done with this upload image right here. You can click on that button and put an image in it. When you're taking fully online classes, it really helps to remember that you're with other human beings, including me. And so having videos, having photos, having things like that really make it more real. So that's why I always ask for people to do that. And all of you so far have been doing it, which is awesome. When you want to reply to someone else's post, right below what they've written, you can click on reply and the same thing happens. You'll get the same box. You can video, you can put a picture in, you can do anything you want to there. And then when you're ready for that, of course, you click reply. I'm going to cancel both of these because it will look weird. But so make sure you not only, post your own, but talk to your buddies. We don't have a lot of graded. This is the only graded discussion board that we have in the class. So make use of it, get to know each other, have a good time. All right. The other thing is a quiz. Well, it's made as a quiz, but again, it's not meant to be a catch you not knowing things quiz. The Startup Scavenger Hunt, you will click on the link and you will, it will open. You'll notice they will never have a time limit. It does have the due date on here, which again is the following Sunday night. But it is 1 attempt only. So you do want to take your time with it, look up answers if you need to, etc., and then begin. Okay, so you could have more than one window open as you're navigating through here. That's absolutely fine, because it's, again, not meant to be a hard quiz. It's meant to showcase what you have learned. And it may also show you some things that you might have questions about in the class. So feel free to use that as well. All right, everybody, that's week 1. It's easy peasy. It's going to be an awesome semester. Make sure you reach out if you have questions. Like I said, you have the discussion board, you have Canvas inbox, and you even have my text number if it's an emergency. So feel free to reach out, and happy exploring of the startup module. I hope everybody has a great first week of classes, and I will see you in a week.